How's it going, everybody? I'm the BTC Reaper. My goal on this channel is to teach you how to reap the rewards of trading when the price is going up or down. SEC asks courts for permission to hunt down Binance CZ via alternative means. So they don't really know what means. No one knows what means they're looking for. Maybe it'll be an NFT serving of some sort. But they're looking to freeze Binance US and BAM Trading Management and BAM Management. So they're looking to freeze all these companies. That way they can't destroy any records and make sure that they can audit these companies to see how commingled all the funds were between all these companies. And they're looking for CZ, who is believed to be in Dubai. So our total market cap's falling slightly, not very hard. Our RSI is pretty flat, stochastic's falling. Our money flow is coming out, VWAP's heading up, momentum's still coming down, so overall we're a little more bearish leaning. Over on our Bitcoin dominance, we are still breaking up. We did get a big wick from yesterday, so it did take us a decent portion of our breakout. We could start to fall though, as our stochastic's starting to round, our RSI is starting to round, momentum could start to round, our VWAP's heading down. Our money flow is heading up though, so our money flow is looking pretty good. We'll have to see if that can actually break through the neutral zone and bring us higher. Over on our futures, we have a big gap down right to the bottom of our wedge, so we could end up filling this to a gap to the upside. If we look at the 1 hour, this just recently happened, so just watch out for that. We could get a snap back up, but this could also be a volatile move to bring us down here, fill this lower gap, and then we may come up, fill this gap, and then fill some higher gaps. So we may kind of have that set up as our RSI is dumping, stochastic's weak, money flow's rejecting, VWAP's falling, and our momentum's falling pretty hard, so tomorrow will pretty much tell us if this is true or not. Also watch the next few candles, because we could just snap back in the next 2 hours. How the way Bitcoin moves, we could snap back by the time this video is edited and on, which will be in the next 20 minutes. RSI is heading up, stochastic is falling, VWAP is heading up, our money flow is coming up, momentum is falling. So overall, we're getting some mixed signals. We do have a bullish candle with an indecision candle. It has a long upper shadow, so that could bring us up. But it also shows that buyers tried to bring us higher, and we did get rejected. We got rejected by a band on our market cipher A. So this is, I believe, the 5. Over on the 4 hour, we do have a little bit of a doji candle here. Stochastic's starting to round off. RSI is rounding off. Our VWAP's rounding off. Our money flow looks like we could reject away from neutral, and momentum looks about the same. So just be a little cautionary of the 4 hour here. The 2 hour, we are bouncing off the top of our pattern, so we did get our breakout, and now we could retest it, and it could be where we fall back down from our flag. So like I said earlier, we could retest the zone. We do have some support resistance here and way farther back. So our RSI does have a bearish cross, our stochastic has a bearish cross, RSI is getting a curl down, momentum is starting to fall, VWAP is falling hard, money flow is coming out very hard, so we may be set up for some further downside, especially with the way the futures move down. We haven't believed the futures price is lower. Oh no, they're about the same. Stochastic is falling, RSI is falling, our momentum's curling down, VWAP is falling. Our money flow wants to come up, so we'll have to kind of see if this money flow can keep going up on the shorter term. But until it gets some bullish momentum, our overall trend would be bearish. We did have this pattern, but we did have weak money flow, so I did warn that there wasn't a guarantee we would break out of it. But we did manage to this time, unlike the previous time where we dumped. So over on graph, our stochastic is pretty beat down, RSI is falling, we have a big red candle. Money flow is coming out. Our VWAP is trying to set higher lows and come higher, so that is good for our medium term, but we are still dumping. Our money flow overall is heading down, so we are pretty beat down looking here. Don't have very much strength. The 4 hour, our stochastic is getting a bearish cross. We are riding this overbought area, but our RSI is really not getting any lift off, even though it has maximum strength. Our VWAP is getting weaker and getting close to that neutral zone, and our money flow is in the bearish zone pretty strongly, and it's not really getting much success getting past this 18. So until we get past this 18, we may see further downside. We could have a potential of a flag, or this could be a big triangle, kind of messy. Our momentum wants to come up, so we'll have to see if the momentum can sustain. On the 2-hour, stochastic is dumping, RSI is starting to fall, VWAP broke bearish, momentum's bearish with a red dot that could confirm, and our money flow is coming out. So the 2-hour is not looking very good for the 4-hour to make any kind of a recovery. Over on the 1-hour, we have a manipulation X that could bring us lower, and our stochastic's coming down with our RSI. Our momentum is in the bearish territory, and our VWAP is heading lower. It is pretty flat right now. We'll have to see if it dumps any lower. This is a pretty decent support area for it, and our money flow overall is coming out. So overall, the 1-hour is more bearish than bullish, and we could see some further downside. Over on Anchor for the daily, we have a very small candle, not very much action today. Stochastic is falling, RSI is pretty flat, trying to head up, money flow is trying to head up, VWAP's trying to do the same with higher lows and trying to head up. Our momentum is overall falling though. So we have very mixed signals all across the board. Stochastic's starting to round out, RSI is starting to head down, money flow is trying to break through the neutral on the 4-hour, so we'll have to see if the lower time frames can help push this forward. Our VWAP is kind of indecisive and starting to lose its momentum. Our momentum wave is trying to come up, but not very strongly. Over on the 2-hour, we have a red X, so that could dump us down. Stochastic's starting to fall, RSI is starting to curl down. Money flow was bullish, but it's testing the neutral. So if it breaks bearish, that could be bad for the higher time frames. Our VWAP is doing the same. Our momentum looks like we could round over if our VWAP breaks bearish, so overall we're at a very influx point. If we start to get some downside from here, we could see some more down action, and we may test the support area. Over on the 1-hour, stochastic's starting to fall, RSI is starting to fall, momentum's falling with a red dot. Our money flow is in the bearish territory, so that could carry over to the 2-hour, which could make the 4-hour and daily even weaker. Our VWAP is starting to break into the bearish territory very deep, so we're not looking too strong currently. Over on the daily for XRP, we are getting a little bit of a move up here, so I'm going to get rid of this pole. If not, we'll leave that. We are getting a little bit of a move. We're kind of bouncing around this flag. RSI is heading up. Momentum looks like it wants to curl. Our stochastic is falling, but our money flow wants to come up. So if that stochastic can curl, that would help propel us forward. Our VWAP is getting lower lows, but is trying to get some push to the upside. So overall, we're trying to push bullish, but we're not very strong right now. Our stochastic is starting to curl, RSI is starting to head down, our VWAP is coming up, our money flow is starting to inch up, our momentum's starting to inch up, but we could be at a point where if our VWAP comes down, our momentum could do the same. Over on the 2-hour, we did have a green dot that wanted to bring us higher, but we are starting to fall away from that, so watch the support zone. We did hit this flag a few times, so if we do come up again, we could break through. Our stochastic is starting to weaken, RSI is weakening, momentum starting to fall, our VWAP is testing the neutral zone, and our money flow is starting to head out on these lower time frames. So if they don't reverse, our higher to medium time frames could start to reverse. Over on the 1-hour, our stochastic is falling, RSI is trying to head up, money flow is kind of trying to push off that neutral zone, so that is good, so we'll need to see this carry over to the 2-hour. Our VWAP is in the bearish territory, but it's very flat, so we'll have to see if it can make it curl up. Stochastic looks like it wants to curl up, so we'll have to see if it can get tighter and make it curl in the next few candles. Finally, over on Algo, we are pretty indecisive here. RSI is pretty beat down, stochastic's beat down, VWAP wants to break through the neutral zone, money flow is not sure what it wants to do, and our momentum looks like we could get a green dot soon. Over on the 4 hour, our RSI is heading down. Stochastic is getting a bearish cross that could happen. Our VWAP wants to ramp up. Our money flow is coming out, and our momentum looks like it could try to curl out on us. So I'd exercise some caution here. Over on the 2 hour, we have a bearish cross confirmed on our stochastic. Our RSI is heading out, momentum's heading out, VWAP's heading out, money flow's starting to head out. So overall, we're a little more bearish leaning than bullish here. And finally, on the daily, our stochastic's starting to dump, RSI is starting to dump, momentum's starting to dump, our money flow is starting to break into the bearish zone, and our VWAP is bearish. So overall, we have all bearish signs on our lower time frames, so we could see some further downside. Thank you for watching tonight's video. I hope you have a wonderful night.